Hi, nice to meet you, sir.
Lovely to meet you as well.
Can you quickly introduce yourself?
I'm Jitendra Kumar. I have the privilege of leading the US agency partnerships team here at Google. And I've been at Google for about 20 years now. Been here a couple of times and I'm really enjoying this environment.
What gets agencies most excited about Flam?
So Flam is exciting not just to agencies but to anybody who sees this. Agencies at the end of the day really care about clients and their performance, because the greater the performance is, the longer agencies keep these clients, and frankly, it's so competitive in this environment. So when you have a format like Flam, it's exciting because it is a completely new modality that nobody's experienced before. And it's not just a fancy modality, it's a modality that drives performance. Because at the end of the day, advertising and agencies, really they care about engagement and performance. So you have search, agencies are used to display, they're used to video now, which has taken quite a journey. But when they see a new format, there are two steps really, right? The first step is that format attractive enough and will it drive engagement? But more importantly, the second step and the second stage of the whole evolution with agencies was, does it actually drive performance? And when it does both in a completely new modality, agencies like the first mover advantage. They like the fact that they are new to the format and they're the first ones to bring the format to the market. But they also like the fact that it drives way better performance than every other modality.
A year from now, what does a brand's media mix look like and where does Flam sit?
It's such an interesting question because media mix is often convoluted in so many different ways, right? There are different platforms, like that's one dimension, right? There's Amazon, Google, Meta, so on and so forth. Then you think about another dimension of the media mix, which is the format itself. Then you have a completely new dimension, which everybody was used to for the longest time, which is offline, online, so on and so forth.
Yes, absolutely.
We've seen a lot of innovations in most of these dimensions, but the one dimension that hasn't really seen a lot of innovation in the last few years is the modality itself. Video was the big breakthrough, and video is democratized now, and there's so much more video out there, and YouTube's taking off, and so on and so forth.
Yes.
But the modality around Flam is extremely interesting, and that's why agencies and brands are finding it extremely attractive.
Thank you for your answer. You've led Google's ad business for 20 years. How does Flam's interaction data compare to search, display, or video?
Data is such a key angle to performance media broadly. And I think what I truly appreciate about Flam is the multi-dimensionality to the tracking, right? Because in two-dimensional worlds, you can only track to a certain extent, right? But once you start tracking interaction, user interaction in a 3D world, then you're actually getting really nuanced on how you think about marketing and audience engagement. And Flam, because it's a new modality and it's completely novel, in a 3D world, you can actually figure out the user experience in the last level of detail. Imagine you have a shoe rendered in 3D. You know what elements of the shoe the consumer is actually finding most attractive based on what parts of the shoe are they spending the most time on when you rotate it in 3D. That is marketing measurement that is unparalleled. And when the marketing measurement world gets to a 3D modality and understands how the nuances work, you truly understand the dimensions of a particular product that actually work best. And it feeds back not just into performance, it also feeds back into product management and so on and so forth.
If you were the CMO of a mid-market brand today, what's the first thing you would use a Flam for?
Okay, I do not envy the CMOs of mid-market brands. It is such a competitive environment. It is such a fragmented environment from every dimension that I spoke about in this interview. The first thing I think about is, what is the biggest differentiation I have right now? I cannot go to a brand new platform and with reasonable scale.
Yeah.
I've tried all of that. Sure, there are some platforms that are exploding, platforms that are having a moment. Frankly, YouTube is a great example of that, right? So I'd go and experiment in scale, but everybody is doing that, right?
Yeah.
But this new modality, that's Flam, I would be really excited about trying that, not just to figure out if it works or not. This is going to be a new world. And if you're early in that new world and you get that first mover advantage, what would you do with it, right? You're not going to test it to see if it works or not. When you had a video ad launched for the first time, back on TV, People were not trying to figure out if it would work or not. People were trying to figure out how to make it work. Right?
I totally agree with you.
Fast forward many years now, this is the new modality.
Yeah.
It's going to be everywhere, right? So if I were a CMO of a mid-market company, I'd really think about how I would set up the structures to make the format work for advertisers from a performance standpoint, because that's what we're seeing. We're seeing 3x the conversion rates at the same cost. So then it's about how do you structure the team? How do you think about it fundamentally? First principles around budget management, around experimentation, about scaling between search and display and video and now Flam.